How much could you do with $500 billion? Well, if you're Apple, I think you're hoping that you could do a lot with AI. The company announced this week that they're going to be investing $500 billion over the next 4 years in US based technologies to enhance AI. Here's what they're planning to do with it. They're going to build a 250,000 square foot server manufacturing facility in Houston, Texas, and that's going to be open by 2026, according to the reports. There's also plans to expand data center presence in 5 other US states. On top of that, Apple is planning on hiring about 20,000 new employees that are going to be focused on things like silicon manufacturing, software development, and everyone's two favorite acronyms, AI and ML. Al, it really does feel like Apple's going all in on AI to a pretty big price tag.
Yeah, $500 billion is a heck of a lot of money to spend on committing basically to AI. But it's not new that Apple is committing to AI. There's been AI chips in iPhones for a long time. One of the best places for running AI models locally is on hopefully an M4 now based MacBook, and I have beside me a little Mac Air that has an M2 CPU in it, and it does a better job of running an LLM locally than my i9 based MacBook that is my big beast. So Apple's definitely committed to AI, to building silicon around AI, and that is one of the interesting things about the investment. It's not just that 250,000 square foot server manufacturing facility. It's the 20,000 employees who are going to be hired and upskilled around building the actual silicon underneath. And this is an interesting thing, right? We've seen huge improvements in the valuation of NVIDIA through innovation in core silicon. And I think this is where Apple is chasing here. Right? It's a much bigger investment than, for example, AWS saying they're going to spend $100 billion on building out more data center capacity for AI. And this is $500 billion being spent. It's a huge investment. And I personally really love that a large chunk of that investment is in people and growing expertise. I think this is one of the things that we recognize as very difficult in the industry, is to find experts. And you've got to invest, you've got to spend a lot of money and a lot of time to build up those skills and experiences, build that experience right through that vertical hardware stack. Now, one of the challenges here is that it takes more than a year to do silicon design. It takes typically somewhere between 3 and 5 years to go through that silicon design cycle. And so although we'll have a manufacturing facility next year to build more of Apple's equipment, we'll also have a longer tail of innovation for more powerful CPUs and maybe more challenging against incumbents like NVIDIA. I'm also really interested to see that it's a server manufacturing facility in Houston. Apple got out of having servers quite a while ago, the Xserve range, or at least for retailing servers. The Xserve range disappeared and we were told to use Mac Minis as servers instead. I would be really interested to see if this is 250,000 square foot of server manufacturing just for supplying themselves with hardware and making sure there's no reliance on external suppliers, or whether maybe they're going to get back into delivering server machines to run AI on premises at customers. That will be an interesting change.